What's up, guys? Mickle here. And despite the Bears getting absolutely annihilated in 2023, it seems like they are back and louder than ever, trying to say that 2024 is going to be a bad year for the crypto and stock market. Well, in this video, guys, I want to show you exactly why I think they are going to end up dead wrong. And coming this week, we could actually see an extremely positive move in both markets. In this video, guys, I want to outline exactly what I see happening in the macroeconomic picture right now that I think is extremely bullish for 2024 in the cryptocurrency market. Guys, make sure to stick around for this whole thing. This is very important. I also want to talk about something very interesting just tweeted out by Gemini in relation to XRP. Guys, we're going to talk about that at the end of the video, so make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you enjoy these videos, make sure to take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's really going to help me out so much. We're almost at 50K subscribers, so if you guys watch these videos and have not subscribed yet, make sure to do that. It's really going to help me out. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange. I'll pull down in the description of this video. With that said, though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I want to start this video out and just share with you a post recently put out by Jeremy Hogan, because I think it's going to really show you just how bad the SEC has been losing in the Ripple SEC case. And I think it's going to show you that I know we still have more of this case to go. I know there's still trials we have to see in 2024, but what it's going to show you is we really have nothing to worry about. Guys, what you're looking at right here is the SEC's press release for their case against Ripple. And crossed out in red is every single charge, every single accusation that they got wrong, that they lost on. And what you can see is they've almost had to cross out their entire press release. Guys, the SEC has been losing on every aspect of this case and losing bad. The two Ripple executives, Brad and Chris, are out of the case. That was 2/3 of this entire lawsuit. The charges were against Ripple, Brad, and Chris. Brad and Chris are already out of the case, and almost 3/4 of Ripple's charges all turned out to be nothing. And even most of the charges against Ripple ended up falling flat on their face. Guys, when the SEC lost on the aspect of XRP not being a security, the entire case went out the window. That was the only thing they really cared about, and they lost huge on it. Guys, I know this case is still going to be going in 2024, but what you need to understand is that inevitably Ripple wins big. There is nothing the SEC can do at this point to make a comeback, because what we are learning is that even though the SEC only lost in this one court, the further the SEC takes this, the harder and harder it gets for them. What we are seeing is at the Supreme Court case level, the SEC is losing big and losing big repeatedly. Guys, this was going to be the SEC's best chance of beating Ripple. This was the SEC's prime opportunity to get a win in the cryptocurrency industry, and just look at the press release. Guys, they have lost massively. In 2024, I have a feeling this case is going to wrap up, and we are going to see the effects of XRP being one of the few cryptocurrencies with clarity really go into effect. Guys, what we see right now in the United States are that cryptocurrencies are gaining steam and gaining steam fast. I have a feeling because of this clarity, XRP is going to be a front runner. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's not going to happen instantaneously. But guys, this case right here, these failed charges by the SEC are really going to act as an exoneration of Ripple's business, a final cleanup, a final proof to the institutions that this business right here, Ripple's business, is here to stay. It's run compliantly, and it's a real deal in the cryptocurrency industry. Guys, I think sometimes we overlook just how important this is. This tweet by Jeremy Hogan was absolutely shocking. I want to move on and just quickly show you something literally just tweeted out a couple minutes ago by Gemini before I get into the macro stuff. And guys, make sure you stick around for the whole macro picture, because despite the fact that the market really hasn't looked great over these past couple weeks, I want to show you why I think 2024 is going to be a fantastic year. So stick around for this whole thing, but I just wanted to show you this real quick. Essentially, Gemini right now is tweeting out about XRP. Now, Gemini is not a company that really ever did anything for XRP. So it's very exciting to me, or very interesting to me, that they're tweeting out, don't forget about XRP, excited about XRP arriving shortly. So guys, I'm going to keep my eye on this, and I really don't have any good guesses on what exactly this might be. In the best case scenario, I think this could be like an ODL announcement, them using XRP for its intended use case. In the worst case scenario, it could be a new XRP pair, a new XRP function like NFTs. We'll have to wait and see exactly what Gemini has stored. But the main reason I just wanted to bring this to your attention is because, guys, it's the effect of Ripple beating the SEC. All of these exchanges that before never wanted to talk about Ripple, never wanted to talk about XRP, are now completely changing their tune because Ripple just won a case that benefited the entire industry. Guys, I think what we're watching in real time is Ripple killing the tribalism in this industry. People who used to be very anti-Ripple and people who were very anti-XRP are now realizing, hey, the SEC threw the book at Ripple and couldn't get anything. Hey, XRP has gone through every single market cycle, performed great, and there's never been a major hack. There's never been a point in which XRP fell out of the top 10. So guys, I think people are really starting to change their tune on exactly what is being built in the XRP ecosystem. And the more mainstream players we have, like a Gemini, like a Coinbase, supporting XRP, guys, the more attention it's going to get in the mainstream and the more buying pressure we'll have on the asset. Overall, no matter what this turns into, I think it's a very good sign that we at least have Gemini kind of coming behind the XRP community. So I just wanted to point that out, and I would love to hear your guys' guesses down in the comment section below. So guys, I want to finish this video off and talk about exactly why I'm so bullish on 2024, because all of 2023, it seemed like everyone was bearish, everyone was a doomer, and I was kind of pounding the table and saying, you know what, things are going to get better. Things aren't as bad as people think, and I really do think we're going to see a big recovery in the markets. And we saw exactly that. We saw the S&P 500 go from down 30% to essentially back to all-time highs, and we saw things like Bitcoin go from 13,000 to 40,000, XRP 30 cents to 60 cents. There was a huge recovery in the cryptocurrency market after all the frauds, and a huge recovery in the stock market after the Federal Reserve jacked up interest rates at a record-breaking pace. But now a lot of these same people are now watching a decline in these markets in 2024 and saying, okay, this is the top. Now it's time for the big crash. I want to break down exactly why I think these people are wrong. Now, guys, one of the biggest narratives I see being put out by the bears right now is simply fear mongering. They're looking for a new bearish catalyst every single day to be the reason we have a black swan, the reason we have something catastrophic in the economy. But guys, to me, I just don't see that event in the near future. Constantly, we have seen the bears saying, oh, the US government's going to default. Oh, the election is going to bring on all these new catalysts. Oh, there's going to be a war. Oh, inflation's going to rip back up. Oh, the Federal Reserve is going to hike rates to 20%. But guys, none of these things have happened. In fact, the biggest issue the economy has had over the last couple of years has been inflation that is sky high. And what we're seeing is inflation is falling off a cliff. Guys, inflation is being reported at now at 1.85%. The Federal Reserve's target is 2%. So right now, interest rates are below the Federal Reserve's target, which means the Federal Reserve literally by their mandate needs to loosen policy. The reason why we had such a big crash in the crypto and stock market about a year ago was because the Federal Reserve was jacking up rates at a record-breaking pace. And that was because inflation was at 8%. They needed to get inflation to 2%, so they started jacking up rates. But guys, what we're seeing right now is inflation is now below the Federal Reserve's target, which means by their own standards, they need to start loosening policy, or they could actually enter a scenario where there's deflation rather than inflation. Guys, we are going into a time period, if inflation can go to where it is being projected to be at, a time period that is going to be absolutely amazing for stocks, cryptocurrencies, and all risk assets. And just so you guys know, the government is still reporting the inflation rate at 3.4%. What we're looking at right here, this 1.85%, is a company called Trueflation that does their own independent analysis that is quickly ahead of the government data. So all I am saying is if the government data catches up to what Trueflation is reporting, which so far it has every single time, then we are about to enter a time period where we are going to see risk assets like cryptocurrencies and stocks boom. Now, while inflation going to 1.85% is clearly very important to entering a new bull market, the other thing we really needed to see was that companies survive the high interest rate environment. Companies are not going into some massive depressive levels. Companies are not going into a recessionary scenario, and that we will find out about this week. Guys, we are about to see a massive amount of earnings happening this week, and if companies can keep staying resilient, if companies can keep beating on revenues, keep beating on sales, and not go into any super bad scenario, guys, I think we avoided the massive crash the bears have been predicting forever. We see inflation back down to normal levels. We see the Federal Reserve saying, okay, we want to start decreasing rates. Guys, if we can go through that cycle, that rate cycle, without companies' earnings getting hit severely, we are going to enter a scenario where stocks are going to absolutely rip. Guys, we find out about earnings this week. If earnings come in good, let me tell you, I think the bull market in 2024 is going to be absolutely enormous. Now, I will caveat that with saying, if earnings do not come in good and earnings aren't that good, we could see the market decline. I don't think it's going to be a black swan. I don't think it's going to be a crash, but we could see the market get some prolonged bleeding. Guys, I think that stops when the Federal Reserve finally really starts reversing their policy and cutting rates. But something tells me earnings this week are going to be better than many people are anticipating. And guys, if that's the case, let me tell you, we are going to have a bull market in 2024 confirmed, and that is going to do insane things for the price of crypto. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help so much. And for now, Mickle out.